Greetings, Earthlings. Today I am back with a video type that I don't think I've made before. Because it is the holiday season and I want to take it a little bit easy, I don't want to produce a full review or versus series or anything. I thought it would be fun to look back at the last year and discuss my favorite audio gear of the year, ranging from microphones I've used to interfaces I've reviewed to gear that I've purchased, and the most essential gear that I use in the studio. First category we have is favorite microphone that I reviewed, and that microphone is the Austrian Audio OC818, which you can hear me on right now. I absolutely adore this microphone. I think it is an instant classic. I think that's exactly what I said in my review. It is made by ex-AKG employees when they shut down the Austrian factory. They took their expertise, founded a new company, and they hit the ball right out of the park. This microphone sounds phenomenal on everything that I threw at it. I have not seen a single bad review about this microphone. And for the versatility, for the money, this is going to be a microphone that I truly do believe that people will be lusting after for decades to come, and it will be a staple in studios around the world. I don't know if I said this in the last section, but if I didn't, the Austrian Audio was the overall winner of my favorite microphone that I reviewed last year. Then we have the runner-up, and the runner-up of my favorite microphone, or the second favorite microphone that I reviewed last year, is the Neumann U87AI. This is the most expensive microphone I've reviewed on the channel. It was not cheap. It took me years to get to the point where I could finally buy it and review it. It took me months of testing and playing around with to really get a feel for it and get a use out of it. And it is an incredible sounding microphone. Is it going to be everybody's favorite? No, by no stretch of the imagination, but it does have that unique Neumann U87AI character. But more than it just being a classic and very popular voiceover microphone and studio microphone in general, it is more of a milestone for me because you never think that when you start a YouTube channel, you'll get to a point where you're able to get a microphone that people will be able to use for 50 years, 60 years, and it will still sound great, it will still be in style, and people will still love it. And because of that, the U87AI is my runner-up. A lot of you may be thinking this should be my number one, but due to the price of it, I did think that the Austrian Audio ought to be number one because it is more accessible. They have the $700 version, and it really just blew onto the market and made some serious waves. That is why I picked the Austrian Audio over the Neumann. And the next category is my favorite audio interface that I reviewed this year, and I admittedly did not review that many. I think I only reviewed 3 of them, so it's very slim pickings, but all 3 of them are incredible, so it was hard to pick. But the winner of this section is the Audient Evo 4. The reason I'm picking this over another one is because this is a lot more affordable than the other one in this category. The functionality of it makes it very user-friendly, especially for beginners. The preamps are great. It has great implementation with the software, and just all around for around $130, I think it's a stellar entry-level affordable audio interface. And the runner-up in this category is the Solid State Logic SSL2 and SSL2 Plus. Yes, the preamps in this have more gain. Yes, it has great converters. Yes, it has the analog 4K legacy switch to get that SSL saturation and add some character to your recordings. I love that. But the reason that this is the runner-up is because it is quite a bit more expensive than the Evo 4. I also am not too keen on the meters on this, but if you got the extra money and you want the preamps that just are bonkers and you want that 4K legacy switch, I think this is a really cool option. The next category we have is gear that I purchased and ultimately will be reviewing. And the winner of that category is the microphone you are listening to me on right now, and the microphone you've been listening to me on my podcast for the last couple of months, the Neumann U67 reissue. A stupid expensive microphone, but in my opinion, a stupid, amazing sounding microphone. This is a tube microphone, so it is not going to be the most logical choice for the most people, but it is the most accurate representation as you can get to the original U67 because Neumann brought back all the parts that they were able to get their hands on to make this run of U67 reissues. And this is another one of those milestones. It seems like Neumann is going to be the staple in terms of milestones because the gear is so pricey. But this was to really celebrate hitting 5 years uploading consistently to the channel and surpassing 200,000 subscribers. And it's great that I was able to get my hands on this. I had to be on a waiting list or pre-order list for months to get it. And it's just going to be a microphone that I use as much as I can until the day I die, and I cannot wait to review it. It's going to be a blast to review. I need to get through a bunch of other tube microphones first. There's a stack of them. 2021 is the year of tube microphones. And the runner-up to this category is the AEA KU5A, a supercardioid ribbon microphone. The reason I'm picking this is I found that I absolutely adore ribbon microphones, and I had to try this thing out. I used it on my podcast for about a month, and I absolutely adored it. I also recorded some music with this thing on the ukulele, and holy crap, it sounds incredible. It adds this amazing warmth and body to a uke, which should not be there because the uke is this tiny instrument, and it adds some warmth and body to my voice, which is lacking in all of the above. Because of that, I absolutely adore this microphone. It's the runner-up because it's not the U67 reissue, and I can't wait to review this one either. Really cool microphone, and I will link the podcast and the music that I recorded with it in the description if you want to check that out. That's the runner-up for the favorite gear that I purchased in 2020. That's the year we're in. And the last category that we have is the most essential gear for my production. And the winner of this category is the Symbiosis Box of Doom. This is a piece of gear that I have been using for about 2 years at this point, and it is the probably most essential piece of gear in my entire studio. The Box of Doom is an isolation cabinet, and it attenuates the signal or the loudness of the guitar speaker by about 30 dB. And I researched this. I contacted Sylvester from Symbiosis, and he was amazing enough to work with me to build in a USB pass-through so I can test out USB microphones on this thing as well. And it also has 3 XLR pass-throughs. But this box has legitimately saved my channel. Back in March of 2019, I got a noise complaint for playing my guitar while testing microphones, even though it's only 5 minutes a week. But I got some noise complaints, and I was thinking I would not be able to play guitar in my videos anymore to test microphones. But with the discovery and the purchase of the Box of Doom, I was able to continue to include those tests, and I think that's really essential to what I do because it gives additional context for the performance of a microphone. It draws out different benefits and different cons for each microphone, and I really don't think my channel would still be here had it not been for that box. So I want to send a sincere thank you to Sylvester because I don't think I've said that publicly. And if I can find his social media accounts, I'll drop them in the description. Go send him a thank you from me and thank him for saving my channel. Or if you hate me, curse him for saving my channel. I know there are some of you out there. You're dreading the fact that I'm still here. Blame Sylvester. Don't blame Sylvester, but thank him because this box saved my channel. Now I'll include a quick sample of what it does and how it accomplishes that. Okay, I know my voice sounds terrible, but this is a quick demonstration. I have a dB meter on max hold. I'll play with the ISO cab open so you can see, oh hey, 666. You can see how loud the guitar is without the ISO cab. 88.1 dB. Let's close it and see what we get. And with the ISO cab closed, let's hit max hold. Pretty good. And the runner-up of the most essential gear for production in 2020 is or are the Sennheiser HD650s. For the longest time, I continued to use the Sony MDR7506s solely as my tracking headphones. Then I would switch over to the HD650s to monitor and do all my editing and processing and post, all of that stuff. But this year, I made the switch completely over to the HD650s, even for tracking live, because I don't listen to myself too loudly in my headphones. I also don't have any music playing in the background through the headphones. I don't have any game audio, so there's not any bleed. And this just gives me a really great experience because I don't feel claustrophobic, I don't feel closed in, and the 650s are just some of the best sounding headphones that I've ever used. I am no headphone expert. I'm leaving that to the headphone expert channels. I just love the sound of these headphones. And I think that's it for today. That's all I have for this video. I want to hear from you. What is your favorite audio gear of 2020? Whether it be something released this year, whether it be something you've been using for years, or whether it's something that you just got this year. Let me know in the comments down below. If you found this video fun, interesting, or helpful, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you hated it, thumbs down. Why did I do that? You can subscribe for more videos. You can hang out in the Discord server, podcastage.com/Discord. And if you want to support the channel and become one of these amazing folks over here, you can do so by clicking that join button and joining at the $5 tier or higher. It really does help me continue to bring you these videos. With that being said, I hope you have an amazing Christmas, a happy Hanukkah, a happy Kwanzaa, a happy New Year, or a happy vacation if you celebrate nothing and you're a nihilist. Whatever you are, whatever you believe in, whatever you celebrate, I hope this time of year brings you joy, and I hope you're safe and sound and that you get to spend some time with your family. And next week we have another low effort video that's going to be a ton of fun. Thank you all so much for an amazing 2020. I know it was a crazy year, but I appreciate each and every one of you, and I wish you the best 2021, even though I said that in 2019 and it led to a terrible 2020. Should I reverse psychology? I'm not going to do. I did that joke on my podcast. I'll talk to y'all later. I love you. Bye.